Okay, let's go through the syllabus for American national government, and hopefully you've got a copy by now. But if you look at page 1, it kind of gives some background information that you need to be aware of. My email is there, egustafson@lakemichigancollege.edu. Also, my summer Zoom office hours, I'm going to basically every Thursday from 1 to 3, I'll have my Zoom office open. And so if you want to pop in, so to speak, and ask questions on anything in the material, would love to help you out as best I can. And so every Thursday from 1 to 3, you can join me. You can see the Zoom meeting information there. You just follow the link. When it prompts, you put in the ID and the password, and you're ready to roll. And so it's we've been doing this for a little while because of all the changes that happened with the pandemic. So Zoom is, don't fear Zoom. It actually can be really, really helpful, and it's a great way to connect. Just a word to the wise, if you use the Zoom, try to be as close to your modem as possible because it requires a faster connection. The farther away you are from your modem, you'll get these delays going on and stuff, and it's always interesting working through that. The textbook for the course is the textbook Politics in America, 2018 Elections and Updates edition by Keith Gaddy and Thomas R. Dye. It's an electronic version. I encourage you to get that. You should have the information there. You can access it through the bookstore as well. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I'm not as tech savvy as I probably would like to be, but I will do my best to help you. What's really great about this textbook is that you're able to, there's an audio version too, so you can actually listen to the chapters ahead of time. You can speed them up, the different speeds, so you can double the speed and get through it quicker. Kind of cool. I think it's a great resource. As far as our class times online, my plan is prior to each week to send you an email of the the video links. I've created a YouTube page and I've got the video links for each of that covers each of the PowerPoints. I'm going to send you a PowerPoint slide for the material, and then there's videos that I literally go over every one of the PowerPoint slides and I talk about it. So it's a great way to go through the material. Also realize that we've compressed 14 weeks into 11 for the summer, and so there'll be some weeks where you're going to be reading more than one chapter a week. So just obviously try to stay ahead of your readings the best you can. The other thing is just realize that I cover the material, I think, fairly extensively in the videos and the PowerPoint, so that will really help you. So don't get overwhelmed. You're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of reading in a compressed amount of time. I understand that. I get that. I've taken online courses before. You have to realize in the grad school level, you're taking an 8 to 12 week course and you're reading 1,000 to 1,500 pages. So you're flying, okay? But realize that I cover a lot of it in the videos and in the PowerPoints as kind of summary, so it'll really help you. So just realize that'll help you, okay? What's the evaluation for the class? If you look at the bottom of page 1 and on to page 2, there's 240 points for the course, okay? The discussion board will be 90 points, and I'll talk about that in a second. The first exam will be 50 points, second exam will be 50 points, third exam will be 50 points, okay? So for a total of 240 points. The exams will be online. The exams will be timed, obviously 50 questions, and I will, there'll be a time limit to do it. Obviously, these exams are on your honor, okay? They are not open book, and I will ensure that they are not open book because they will be timed. So there's no way you can sit there and try to find all the answers in the time frame, but hopefully it'll help you. The other thing I will do is I will provide an exam review, and I'll just record myself kind of going over the material, so you'll have a review for the exam as well. And I've never heard one student complain yet of my exam reviews, as they tend to be very helpful if you actually watch them, okay? And you can see the grading scale against A, B, C, D, 90 to 100 A's, 80 to 89 B, 70 to 79 C, 60 to 69 D, okay? I usually don't give extra credit. If I do, it's because I've seen that you're actually doing the work in the class. I don't give extra credit to those that are actually not doing things in the class, but you're actually, if I see you're faithfully trying to get material done, I will, maybe reach out to you with some extra credit. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. I also tend to grade fairly generously on my exams as well. Okay, so just realize that. If you skip down to, I'm going to skip over to page number 6, okay, or 5 and 6, talking about discussion posts, okay? Every week, okay, with the exception of the first week and the last week, you're going to be assigned discussion posts, okay? And hopefully you familiarized yourself with Canvas. The best way to look at Canvas is go to the home page and look at everything each week in the home page, okay? So beginning with week 2, you're going to be assigned discussion posts, okay? And I give you questions on them. You have to do 2 discussion posts each week. Each discussion post is 5 points each, all right? And so obviously you can earn 10 points each week, okay? If you only do 1 discussion post, you're only going to get 5 points. Discussion posts are based on the material in the book, based on the material in the PowerPoints, based on the material. I give you extra readings as well to read, okay? So you're assigned obviously the textbook. There's also readings from America's founding and from the present era that gives you information that will help you understand American national government. So when you go to answer the discussion questions, you can pick any 2 of the questions, okay? I give you a bunch of them each week, okay? You don't have to do all of them. I had one student that just did all of them. I'm like, you don't have to. I mean, if you want to, you can, but I'm only giving you credit for that which you do, and that's for the 2 a week. Again, it depends on how the semester goes. I may assign extra credit based on discussion posts, but only do 2. And I give you a bunch of questions, okay? And the way I do this is by the time you get to when the discussion posts are due, it's on the material we covered in the previous week. So by the time you get to the discussion posts, you're like, oh, I went over that material before. I kind of understand it. So it gives you kind of, you've hopefully read the material, seen the material. Again, if you're watching the videos faithfully, going through the PowerPoints, you'll have that information. So it's not hard for you. And again, I give you options. I give you all kinds of discussion posts to choose from, so you can choose the ones you can answer best. Okay, you get credit for answering giving the answers to the discussion posts. The other thing is, in the discussion post, you have to have 2 citations per post to get the 5 points possible. Okay, so if you're going to quote from the textbook, in parentheses after a sentence, Gaddy and Dye, comma, page 58, or something like that. Or, and I think Gaddy and Dye may not have the page numbers because it's electronic. You might have Gaddy and Dye, chapter 1, section 5. Or something like that, okay? Showing me that you actually read the material, showing me that you're actually anchoring it to a source, okay? You're not just the ramblings of a madman here. You're actually, anchoring it. If you choose to cite the PowerPoint, okay, you can say chapter 1 PowerPoint or week PowerPoint slide 58, something like that. Or if you're going to cite one of the extra readings, okay, you could be maybe Declaration of Independence, paragraph 2. Or Federalist 51, okay? Something like that. If you want to use quotes, can you use quotes? Sure, you can quote the material, okay? But each post must be a minimum of 150 words. Anything less than that, I will mark down, okay? So what I don't want is, I'll just do a quote for my 150 words, okay? No, I'm going to mark you down, okay? If you want to quote a sentence, that's fine. Okay, but the idea is I want you to interact with the material. That's how you learn. You'll find that you will learn so much more as you're writing and you begin to interact with the material that way. Okay, so I want 2 citations per post. If you don't, I will mark you down a point for 1 citation. And then I'll mark you down another point because it's less than 150 words. Okay. Can you do more than 150 words? Yes, obviously. If you get on a roll and there's 500 words or 1,000 words, that's cool. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Okay, you tend to learn the material. What about citations of material that is not, your textbook or not the PowerPoint or not an assigned reading, okay? That is supplemental, not primary, okay? I prefer you to interact, and your citations would come from the reading material assigned in this class. The textbook, the PowerPoint, or the extra readings that are in Canvas, okay? So hopefully that you understand that with discussion posts. And please stay up on your discussion posts, okay? That can really bring your grade down. When are discussion posts due each week? They're due on the Sunday of the week they're assigned. So obviously you're going to begin them that Monday, okay? They're due at midnight on the week they're assigned, okay? Every Sunday at midnight is when they're due, okay? What if I'm late? You don't get credit for it, okay? Get it done. You'll have a whole week to get it done, okay? So midnight Sunday, the week they're due, okay? And you can see that within within your syllabus and also on Canvas, okay? So if you jump down to page number 6, again, it goes through each week, and I show you, in this case, week 1, politics, political culture, June 8th through 14th, kind of tells you, obviously, the week and what's assigned. Gaddy and Dye, again, the textbook, chapters 1 and 2. Read also the additional readings, Webster's 1828 dictionary under government and politics. Read the little paragraph from Harold O.J. Brown, Appetites. Read the Declaration of Independence. Read James Madison, Federalist 51. Okay? Try to stay up on the reading as best you can. Again, no worries. I walk through all of this in the video lectures and in the PowerPoint. So please don't get overwhelmed, okay? I try to provide reading because, again, I think if you read all of this material, you will, okay, let me say this. I'll go on record as saying this. If you actually read the textbook, if you actually read the PowerPoints and the extra readings that I put in the class, you're going to have as much, if not better, awareness of American politics as your average legislator, okay? Because many of them haven't even read this stuff, okay? So I think it's important, okay? Week 2, you can see the week, it's the Constitution, June 15th to the 21st. Again, homework, you can see Gaddy and Dye, Politics of America, Chapter 3. Thomas Jefferson, his letter to Henry Lee. Marcus Tullius Cicero on the Commonwealth. Abraham Lincoln's fragment on the Constitution of the U.S., okay? And then you can see there in bold print, participate in the discussion board questions for the week, okay? And so they'll cover, again, where do I see all this? In Canvas. Where do you go? Go to the home page in Canvas. I cannot stress this enough. If you actually click on discussion posts or something, it basically, what happens is a lot of this is out of order and it gets confusing. Always stay on the home page and then go to the respective week and then the assignment, okay? And then, again, you can go along here and you can look at all the rest of your assignments, okay? If you jump down to the bottom of page 7, week 5, you'll see at the bottom there, exam number 1 on Tuesday, July 7th, over the material covered in weeks 1 through 4, okay? What I'll do with these exams is you'll have basically, the exam will be open all day, okay, from 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Okay, when you open the exam, you'll have an allotted time frame. It's usually going to be about 65 minutes or so in which to answer the questions, okay? And then basically once that time frame elapses and it stops, you're locked out and you're done, okay? So you'll have all day, but again, once you do it, you'll have about 60, 65, 70 minutes or so. I got to still figure this out. To do it, okay? So you have any time during that day to do the exam, okay? And then if you look down on page 8 and 9, you'll see exam number 2 is July 28th over the material weeks 5 through 7. And then if you go to the last page, page 9, week 11, the exam is on Tuesday, August 18th, okay? So that explains the syllabus. If you have any questions, reach out to me, send me an email, or remember, my Zoom office hours are on Thursday from 1 to 3, beginning next Thursday, June 11th. Okay, thanks.